mobile laminar flow system dramatically reduces the risk of infection. The system is simple and effective. It comprises an instrument table with a high-efficiency filtration system known as HEPA. The air in the operating room is extracted by the mobile laminar flow system and then filtered by a highly efficient system of HEPA filters, which remove 99.99% of bacteria and microorganisms from the air. The bacteria which cause infections range in size from 0.2 microns to 12 microns. The tool laminar flow system uses HEPA filters that remove all bacteria and microorganisms of greater than 0.1 microns in size. The bacterial load in the operating environment and on the instruments is reduced by 95%. The instruments and prosthetic equipment are therefore protected and remain sterile throughout the procedure. The patient is less exposed to bacteria even during long procedures, and the risk of intraoperative infection is dramatically reduced. In order to meet the requirements of different types of procedure, various models of sterile instrument table are available. The mobile laminar flow system is available as a mobile unit that protects both the instruments and the surgical site, with the option of an integral instrument tray. The ultra-clean air is directed onto the surgical site so as to protect against the risk of bacterial contamination. The mobile laminar flow reaches the surgical site and the instruments directly without encountering obstacles such as shear-lytic lamps or the surgeon's heads, reducing the bacterial load on the surgical site and instrument table by 95%. In the case of conventional air conditioning in operating rooms, the filtered air from the ceiling comes into contact with the shear-lytic lamps in the surgeon's heads, and the sterile status of the operating environment is thus seriously compromised. In other situations, the ceiling providing the filtration is too small to ensure highly sterile conditions for the operating environment, instruments and prosthetic equipment. Even in the most modern operating rooms with a large laminar flow unit mounted on the ceiling, the instruments are almost always prepared outside the sterile area and are thus no longer absolutely sterile by the time that they are used. The instrument table with integral laminar flow system, on the other hand, always protects the instruments and prosthetic equipment, irrespective of the length of the procedure or the position of the instruments in the operating room. The mobile laminar flow unit also complies with the rigorous standards of ISO Class 5, which provides for extremely sterile conditions in operating rooms. With the mobile laminar flow unit, the quantity of particles is always below the limits in ISO Class 5, even when activity is at its most intense. The barcoded sterile cover ensures maximum sterile conditions and also enables traceability of the system for defensive medicine purposes. The tool system provides a flow of ultra-clean air for operating rooms at a fraction of the cost of conventional ceiling-mounted units, enabling operating rooms to meet the ISO 5 standards. The tool mobile unit can be transported and installed in any operating room in only a few minutes without interfering with the existing ventilation system. It is an ideal system for outpatient surgery, cosmetic surgery, ophthalmology, intravitreal injections, etc. Various studies have confirmed that this technology significantly reduces bacterial contamination in critical areas of the operating room. The surgeon and his team are able to rely on the sterile condition of the instruments and the operating environment even during long procedures. The patient is less exposed to antibiotic resistance, which is currently a very serious problem.